Okay, so I want you to just imagine something for a second.
Right.
Imagine your automation workflows weren't just these silent scripts running in the background.
Right, not just invisible code doing its thing.
Exactly. What if they were conversational teammates? Teammates you could actually ask questions to in real time.
Like a coworker who, already knows all your data and can get things done instantly.
Hmm.
This is really the fundamental shift that arrived in late 2025 with n8n's Chat Hub. It moves automation from that old set and forget model to live steering.
Okay, let's unpack this. We're diving into Max Ann's breakdown of the n8n Chat Hub.
Yeah.
And it's not just about a chat interface. It's really about how this tool becomes a unified command center for delegating tasks and managing a bunch of different AI models.
All in one place.
Our mission today is to understand the 3 core features, see why this really changes complex automation,
What?
and then get into the practical steps for setting up agents that can analyze data and support customers.
Okay.
So what does this all mean for you? It means your system's just got a voice, and we're going to learn how to talk back.
And when the Chat Hub was released on December 15th, 2025, it was way more than just a chat window. It really became this centralized AI command center.
Right. For talking to your entire infrastructure, not just one AI.
Exactly.
So the simplest way to think about it is this. It's like having GPT-5, Claude, and your own custom AI agents all in one spot.
And crucially, they're already connected to all your automation tools, your data.
That's the key part. That connectivity is the technical difference, isn't it?
It is. It's what separates it from just, using ChatGPT directly. A direct chat model is great for thinking, for brainstorming.
But it's sealed off from the world.
Totally. It can write an email, but it can't send the email from your account. It can't query your live database.
And it definitely can't run a multi-step workflow.
Well,
Before this, automation always felt like a black box. You'd build something, hit run, and just hope for the best.
and if it failed 3 steps in, you wouldn't know until later when you're digging through logs. It was so passive.
Yes.
And that's the critical insight here, the paradigm shift. It's a move to what they call collaborative automation.
You're not just sending a request into the void anymore. You're treating the workflow like an active teammate.
You're asking it in plain English. Hey, what's happening right now? Why did that last step fail?
What data do I need next? It's that live steering capability. Think about it. If your daily sales report workflow fails on step 4,
The CRM credential node, always.
right, instead of digging through logs, you just ask the hub, why did step 4 fail? And it replies instantly, credential expired. Pause the process. Please update the key.
It's the difference between sending an email and getting an instant reply from someone sitting right next to you. It just removes all the guesswork.
So connecting this to the bigger picture then, why is collaborative automation so much better than the old set and forget way, especially with complex data?
It allows for live steering and debugging of systems, turning passive scripts into queried resources.
Okay, so if the concept of talking to your systems is clear, what did they actually build to make this happen? Let's get into the 3 core features. The first one is the multi-modal chat interface.
This is a huge efficiency boost. I mean, it solves that problem of trying to force one AI model to do everything badly.
Uh-huh.
This interface lets you switch between large language models right in the middle of a thread. You don't lose your context. You don't have to start over.
It's like having a small, specialized team on call. You can start with GPT-5 for reasoning,
Yeah, for the big picture stuff.
but then you realize you need to analyze a huge document, like 50,000 words, so you just switch over to Claude, which is known for handling that huge context.
Or you need to check a stock price right now, so you flip to Gemini or a model with a live web search tool. You get real-time info. No more knowledge cutoffs.
What's fascinating here is the ability to use these specialized models, but how does ensuring consistency across those multi-model interactions affect the outcome?
You use each model where it shines, leading to higher quality and more reliable analysis. Okay, so the second feature is custom personal agents. Think of these as the lightweight players on the team.
Okay.
They're simple agents with custom instructions and very specific limited tool access. And you can create them without building a whole complex workflow.
So for someone just starting, this is probably the easiest way in.
Absolutely. You could make a content editor agent. The instruction is just always use Claude for consistency. And that's it. Simple.
But the real power, the heavy machinery, that's the third feature, workflow agents.
This is the game changer. This is where you connect your big, complex n8n workflows directly to the chat using the new chat trigger node.
So you're merging conversation with actual execution.
That's it. Instead of manually triggering a data analysis workflow, you just chat with it. You say, analyze last month's sales data.
And the workflow just runs in the background. It connects to the database, does the analysis.
And then replies to you right there in the chat window, ready for your next question.
Whoa. Imagine scaling this capability to manage 1 billion queries across diverse model architectures. That's a serious leap forward. Sponsor.
So moving into implementation, there are a few really crucial details you have to get right for this to actually work. First off, you must use the newest version of the chat trigger node.
That is the #1 pitfall we see. People are using the old legacy node.
It looks similar, right?
Very similar, but the new one is what handles that back and forth conversational flow. If you're stuck, check that node version first.
Okay.
And the other key thing is enabling streaming on the AI agent node.
Jargon alert. What's streaming?
Streaming just means the AI's answer appears in real time, word by word, like someone typing, not a big block of text after a long wait.
And that's important because it feels more like a conversation. It feels collaborative.
Exactly. It's about that feeling of interaction.
And what about knowledge cutoffs? I mean, most models don't know what happened last week. Right, so you have to connect external tools. You can plug in something like Gemini AI for real-time web search, or connect to your own knowledge bases.
It keeps the agent current.
So now for the power move. Turning an existing complex workflow into an agent your team can talk to. It's surprisingly simple. You just go into the chat trigger and you turn on one setting, make available an 8 chat.
And you have to give it a clear descriptive name, not workflow 3.
Please don't. Something like Sales Data Analyzer, so your team knows exactly what it does.
You know, I have to admit, I still wrestle with prompt drift myself sometimes.
Oh, everyone does.
Especially when you're dealing with these little setup details. Like just remembering to replace that old chat trigger node. It sounds so obvious.
But it's an easy mistake to make when you're moving fast and just trying to get it working. It really happens to everyone. But when you get those details right, the use cases are just, they're transformative.
Like an interactive customer support bot.
Perfect example. Your support team can just ask, check status for order, #12345.
And they don't have to log into 3 different systems to get that one answer.
Right. It pulls from the CRM, inventory, shipping, all at once. The psychological win there is huge.
Or the data analysis assistant. Instead of pulling raw data, you just query the database in chat. What were our top 10 products last quarter? And you get the answer, already summarized.
So given that the workflow agent is the heavy machinery here, what's the fastest win a learner can get when they're starting out with a custom agent?
Focus on building one workflow agent that reliably answers a single painful question your team asks every day. Solve one problem perfectly, then you can scale. Now, when we talk about rolling this out to a bigger team, especially in a company, control and security are everything. And this is where the chat user rule comes in.
This is a vital guardrail. It's designed for non-technical people, your sales team, your marketers, so they can use this power safely.
So what do they see?
They only see the chat screen and the agents you've chosen to expose to them. They can't see the workflows. They can't see the credentials.
And can't break the engine.
Exactly. It's a perfect separation of duties. They get the power without the risk.
We should probably touch on limitations, too.
Yes. Remember that personal agents are the lightweight ones. They're great for quick text tasks, but they can't do the heavy lifting like reading through a huge knowledge base.
For that, you need a RAG, right? Retrieval Augmented Generation.
Correct. And for proper augmented, you must use a workflow agent.
Why is that?
Because augmented needs a vector store node to handle all the indexing and retrieval of that big document. A personal agent is just too lightweight to manage that complexity.
So, to make sure these are reliable, you really have to treat the rollout like a product launch.
It helps to think of it like you're hiring a new team. You need to give them clear names, not Agent 1.
Call it Customer Order Lookup.
And write a good description that answers, what does this do and when should I use it?
And then the system prompts. That's like the employee handbook.
That's where you set the rules, the tone, the limits. Things like always verify customer identity before sharing order info.
It makes the agent dependable. And finally, you have to test it. You have to try and break it before you share it.
Absolutely. Run edge cases. Ask confusing questions. If it can handle the stress test, it's ready for the team.
Okay, so a quick recap of the comparison. Direct chat tools like GPT are great for thinking,
Brainstorming, drafting,
and fully custom chatbots are incredibly powerful, but
a massive engineering project to build and maintain.
so ChatHub sits right in that sweet spot in the middle. It's where your thinking turns into direct automated action.
It gives you that custom behavior without the insane cost of building a whole system from scratch.
So if security and cost control are paramount, which administrative control should an admin prioritize when setting up ChatHub for a big team?
They should focus on the chat user role, restrict credential management, and enable or disable specific, potentially expensive AI models. The essential insight we found here is that ChatHub is really more than just a feature. It's a fundamental paradigm shift toward conversational automation. It just removes the guesswork. You can debug in plain language. You can guide complex processes in real time. You stop waiting for an output and start engaging with the pipeline.
Hmm.
The teams that are going to move fastest are the ones that upgrade from sending tickets to having a live analyst, a system they can talk to and make decisions with in the moment.
And here's where it gets really interesting for me. This shift means automation is no longer this invisible engine in the dark.
It's an active teammate.
It's an active teammate ready for you to delegate to.
Yeah.
For anyone focused on fast, high-quality knowledge, this tool means you can now interrogate your data pipelines. You can question your workflows. You're not just waiting for the final report anymore.
You're an active participant.
An active participant in your own business logic.
So if we accept that the future of automation is conversational, the final thought for you to consider is this. If your workflows could actually talk to each other, if the data analyst agent and the content generator agent could hold a meeting, what's the first task they would solve together?
Go build something amazing.